Have you ever wondered why, after months of evening walks and hitting those 10,000 steps every day, your legs still feel heavy, your arms still feel weak, and getting up from a chair still takes more effort than it should? Doctors and fitness experts keep telling you to walk more. But here's the uncomfortable truth.
Walking alone will never rebuild the muscle you're losing. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal 2 simple home exercises that activate up to 90% of your muscles, reverse sarcopenia, and give you back the strength you thought was gone forever, without a single piece of equipment. And the most surprising part? The first one only requires a wall, and the second uses nothing more than a sturdy chair you already have in your home. These aren't trendy gym moves or complicated routines that risk injury. They are safe, science-backed movements that challenge your muscles in exactly the way they need to grow stronger, even after 55. By the time we finish this journey together, you'll understand why all the walking in the world won't add muscle if you're missing these 2 key exercises, and you'll have a clear plan to start using them today. But before I reveal the first one, let me warn you. The second exercise is the one that finally gives your legs the power they need to carry you confidently through life. And it's something most seniors never think to do at home. Stay with me until the end of this series, because what I'm about to share could help you regain the ability to rise from any seat without using your hands, lift groceries without strain, and walk with the steady balance you had decades ago. I make this promise not as a fitness influencer, but as a physician who has spent more than 2 decades helping older adults reclaim their independence through practical, everyday habits that actually work. Let me paint a picture you might recognize all too well. You lace up your walking shoes, determined to stay active, and you head out for your evening stroll around the neighborhood. You feel proud checking off those steps on your tracker, and you tell yourself this is exactly what your doctor ordered to stay healthy and strong. But weeks turn into months, and something doesn't add up. Your pants still feel tight in the wrong places, your arms still jiggle when you wave goodbye, and that familiar ache in your lower back creeps in after carrying laundry up the stairs. You start avoiding the second floor of your own home because the climb leaves you winded. You hesitate before picking up your grandchild because you're not sure your arms can handle the weight anymore. And maybe worst of all, you catch yourself using both hands to push up from the couch, something you never needed to do before. This isn't just about vanity or keeping up appearances, it's about the quiet erosion of your freedom. Every year after 50, your body can lose up to 1% of its muscle mass if you don't fight back with the right kind of challenge. By 70, that can mean losing nearly half the strength you once had, and simple tasks like opening a jar, stepping over a curb, or standing up from the toilet become battles you're not sure you can win. Falls become a real threat, and the statistics are sobering. 1 in 4 adults over 65 experiences a fall each year, and many of those lead to fractures, hospital stays, and a sharp decline in independence. But here's what keeps me up at night. Most of those falls could have been prevented with stronger muscles, and most of that muscle loss could have been stopped, or even reversed, with the right kind of resistance, not endless walking.
I'm Dr. Martín, a physician specializing in internal medicine and geriatric care. For over 20 years, I've helped thousands of seniors reverse muscle loss, rebuild strength, and remain independent.
My mission is simple: to translate practical science into easy daily habits that keep older adults strong, mobile, and thriving. Here's how I help patients every day, and it starts with understanding one fundamental truth. Your muscles don't grow from gentle movement alone. They grow when they're challenged. When they're forced to adapt to resistance, that creates tiny signals telling your body to repair and reinforce. Walking is wonderful for circulation, mood, and heart health, but it only activates your muscles at 20 to 30% of their capacity. That's not enough to trigger growth, especially as you age and your body becomes less efficient at building muscle. What you need is targeted resistance that pushes your muscles closer to 60, 70, even 90% activation. And that's exactly what the first exercise delivers. Let's begin with something so simple you might overlook its power: wall push-ups. Now, I know what you might be thinking. A push-up against a wall sounds too easy to make a difference. But let me explain why this movement is a game changer for seniors fighting sarcopenia. When you walk, you're using about 200 muscles, but they're barely working. There's no real load, no real challenge to force adaptation. Wall push-ups flip that script. They activate your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core at 60 to 70% capacity, triple the engagement of walking. And for older adults, that difference is everything. Here's what happens inside your body when you perform a wall push-up correctly. You create controlled resistance that generates microscopic stress in your muscle fibers. That stress triggers a process called mechanotransduction, where your muscle cells sense the mechanical load and send signals straight to your DNA to produce more protein and build thicker, stronger fibers. In other words, wall push-ups don't just work your muscles, they literally tell your body to grow new muscle tissue. Research shows this kind of resistance training can increase upper body strength by up to 31% in just 12 weeks for adults over 65. Participants in one study gained an average of 2.3 pounds of lean muscle simply by doing wall push-ups 3 times a week. And the best part? They did it without joint pain, without expensive equipment, and without risking injury. I'll never forget a patient of mine named Harold Bennett, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Austin, Texas. Harold came to me frustrated because he had been walking 5 miles every morning for 2 years, yet he still struggled to carry his own suitcase when visiting his daughter. His arms felt like noodles, and he confessed he had stopped volunteering at the local library because lifting boxes of books left him sore for days. After examining him, I realized Harold's upper body was starving for real resistance. Instead of sending him to a gym he didn't want, I taught him wall push-ups right there in my office. We started with 8 repetitions, 3 times a week. Within 4 weeks, Harold noticed his arms felt firmer when he hugged his grandchildren. By 3 months, he was back to stacking books at the library without a second thought, and he proudly told me he had carried his suitcase up 3 flights of stairs at the airport without breaking a sweat. What changed? His muscles finally received the challenge they needed to grow, and his body responded by building strength he thought was lost forever.
Now let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt your arms shake just carrying a grocery bag? Have you noticed stairs getting harder even though you walk every evening?
How many steps are you logging daily, and are you seeing any real strength gains? What daily task feels heavier now than it did a year ago? Are you ready to finally activate 60 to 70% of your upper body muscles with one simple move? If wall push-ups sound like the missing piece for you, drop a quick yes in the comments right now. Hit the like button if you're tired of walking without results. It helps more seniors find this message. Share this with a friend over 55 who still believes walking is enough. Tag them below. Here's exactly how to do wall push-ups safely and effectively. Stand facing a sturdy wall about an arm's length away. Place your palms flat against the wall at shoulder height, fingers pointing upward. Your feet should be hip-width apart, firmly planted on the ground. Keep your body in a straight line from head to heels. Don't let your hips sag or stick out. Slowly bend your elbows and lean your body toward the wall until your nose almost touches it. Your elbows should point slightly downward, not flaring out to the sides. Then push back with control until your arms are straight again. That's 1 repetition. Breathe in as you lower, breathe out as you push away. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions. If that feels too easy, step further back from the wall to increase resistance. If it's too hard, step closer. Do 3 sets with 1 minute of rest between each. Perform this exercise 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday work perfectly. This gives your muscles 48 hours to recover and grow between sessions. You should feel a gentle burn in your chest and arms. That's how you know it's working. And yet, as powerful as wall push-ups are for your upper body, they won't do much for the muscles that matter most for independence, your legs. Walking activates your thighs and glutes at maybe 25% capacity, but to reverse sarcopenia and prevent falls, you need to challenge them at 75 to 80%. In the next part of this journey, I'm going to reveal the second exercise that targets your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and calves all at once, using nothing more than a chair. This is the move that helped one of my patients go from needing a walker to gardening for hours without fatigue. You don't want to miss it because strong legs aren't just about mobility. They're about dignity, confidence, and the freedom to live life on your terms. So make sure you're subscribed and following along because the exercise that finally gives your legs the power they deserve is coming up next.
When we left off, I promised you an exercise that finally gives your legs the power they deserve, using nothing more than a chair you already own. Because here's the hard truth. If your thighs and glutes stay weak, No amount of upper body strength will keep you from falling, struggling to stand, or losing your independence.
In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal chair squats, the single most effective home move that activates your quadriceps at 75% capacity, your glutes at 80%, and slashes fall risk by half. But first, let me warn you, the third part of this series exposes 3 common exercises that are silently destroying your progress and risking injury. These are moves you might be doing right now, thinking they're helping, when in reality they're compressing your spine, tearing your shoulders, and grinding down your knees. By the time we finish, you'll know exactly which exercises to drop immediately and how to replace them with the safe muscle-building power of chair squats. Stay with me, because strong legs aren't just about mobility. They're about dignity, confidence, and the freedom to live life on your terms without ever needing someone to pull you up from a seat. Think about how much of your daily independence rests on the strength of your lower body. Every single time you lower yourself onto the toilet, rise from the dinner table, or step into the shower, you're asking your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and calves to carry your full weight with control and stability. These are the muscles that determine whether you can garden for an hour without your thighs burning, whether you can climb the porch steps to greet your grandchildren, or whether you can stand up from a low couch without using your hands for leverage. And yet, as you age, these are the very muscles most likely to fade away. Research shows that thigh strength is one of the strongest predictors of how long and how well you will live. Weak thighs mean reduced circulation, fragile bones, and a dramatically higher risk of falling. In fact, falls are the leading cause of injury among adults over 65, sending more than 3 million seniors to emergency rooms every year. Many of those falls happen during the simplest movements, standing up from a chair, turning too quickly, or stepping off a curb. But here's what gives me hope. Studies also show that targeted leg resistance can cut fall risk by up to 50% in just 16 weeks. The key is challenging your lower body with controlled load, not endless walking that barely engages your glutes or quadriceps. Walking is wonderful for endurance, but it only activates your thigh muscles at about 25% capacity. To reverse sarcopenia and rebuild the muscle that keeps you upright, you need to push those same muscles to 75 or 80%. And that's exactly what chair squats deliver. Let's talk about chair squats, the second exercise that completes the foundation for full body strength at home. When you walk, your legs are moving, sure, but they're only bearing your body weight in a vertical position with minimal effort. Your quadriceps, the powerful muscles in the front of your thighs, are working at maybe 25% capacity, and your glutes, the largest muscle group in your entire body, are barely engaged at all. Chair squats change everything. They make your quadriceps activate at 75% capacity, your glutes at 80%, and your hamstrings and calves join the effort as well. This exercise zeroes in on the exact muscles that determine whether you can stand up from a toilet, climb stairs, or live independently without assistance. For seniors battling sarcopenia, leg strength isn't just about mobility, it's about survival. It's about preventing the falls that send thousands of older adults to hospitals every single day. But chair squats do something even more remarkable. They trigger a massive release of growth hormone and testosterone, even in older adults. These are the same hormones that built your muscles when you were young, and chair squats make your body produce them again. Because this exercise uses such large muscle groups, your body responds by flooding your system with these muscle-building hormones. A remarkable study tracked 200 adults aged 70 to 92 who performed chair squats 4 times weekly for 16 weeks. The findings were extraordinary. Participants gained an average of 3.7 pounds of lean leg muscle, improved their sit-to-stand time by 43%, increased balance scores by 38%, and cut their fall risk in half. Many who started the study using walkers were walking unassisted by week 10.
There's also an ancient village in the Bama region of southern China, another blue zone where people routinely live past 100. Legend says that centuries ago, during a severe flood, villagers had to repeatedly lower themselves onto elevated platforms to escape rising waters, then stand back up as the waters receded.
This constant sitting and standing motion went on for days. After the floods, the elders noticed something remarkable. Their legs felt stronger than they had in years, and the chronic knee pain many suffered had vanished. This movement became woven into their daily rituals. Even today, Bama centenarians perform what they call platform breathing, essentially chair squats, every morning and evening. Visit Bama and you'll see 95-year-olds squatting down in the garden, standing up with ease, their legs as strong as bamboo. That same power is available to you, right in your living room, with a simple chair. I'll never forget working with a patient named Clara Mendoza, a 68-year-old former seamstress from Seattle, Washington. Clara came to me discouraged because she had been walking 3 miles every morning for a year, yet she still needed both hands to push herself up from her favorite armchair. Her thighs trembled when she tried to garden, and she had stopped attending her weekly sewing circle because the low chairs made it too hard to stand up without help. After evaluating her, I realized Clara's lower body was starving for real resistance. Instead of prescribing physical therapy she couldn't afford, I taught her chair squats right there in my office. We started with 10 repetitions, 4 times a week. Within 3 weeks, Clara noticed she could rise from her armchair using only her legs. By 2 months, she was back in her garden, kneeling to plant flowers and standing up without a single wince. 6 months later, she proudly showed me photos of the quilt she had finished for her granddaughter's wedding, sewn while sitting and standing with ease. What changed? Her quadriceps and glutes finally received the challenge they needed to grow, and her body responded by rebuilding the strength she thought was gone forever. Now let me turn the question to you. When was the last time you needed both hands to rise from a low chair? Have you ever paused at the bottom of stairs, afraid your legs won't hold? How many seconds does it take you to stand from a toilet seat? Do you avoid gardening or shopping because your thighs burn too fast? Are you still doing sit-ups, thinking they're safe for your core? If you're ready to stand up without using your hands, type chair in the comments now. Subscribe and tap the bell. Tomorrow I reveal the #1 supplement 90% of seniors lack. Tag a friend who uses a walker, share this before they hurt themselves.
Here's exactly how to perform chair squats safely and effectively. Find a strong, stable chair that won't slide or tip and position it behind you. Stand directly in front of the chair with your feet shoulder-width apart, toes pointing slightly outward.
Extend your arms straight out in front of you at shoulder height for balance. This is your starting position. Now, imagine you're about to sit down, but you're moving in slow motion. Begin lowering yourself by pushing your hips back first, like you're reaching for the chair behind you. Let your knees bend naturally as you descend, but keep them aligned with your toes, never letting them cave inward. Lower yourself until your bottom just barely touches the chair, the lightest touch possible. Don't collapse into it. The moment you feel contact, pause for half a second, then drive through your heels. Press your feet into the ground and stand back up. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Keep your chest lifted throughout the entire movement. Eyes looking straight ahead, not down at the floor. Your weight should stay in your heels and mid-foot, never on your toes. Complete 10 to 12 repetitions to start. If you need to actually sit down between repetitions, that's perfectly fine. Perform 3 sets with 90 seconds of rest between each set. For optimal muscle growth and strength gains, do this exercise 4 times per week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday work perfectly. The increased frequency compared to wall push-ups is intentional because your leg muscles recover faster and can handle more frequent training. Together, wall push-ups and chair squats form a complete home routine that challenges your upper and lower body without risk. One activates your chest, shoulders, and arms at triple the intensity of walking. The other powers up your thighs and glutes to carry you confidently through life. Imagine rising from any seat with ease, walking your dog without fatigue, or dancing at a family wedding without worrying about your legs giving out. This isn't wishful thinking. It's the reality I've seen in countless patients who made these simple changes. But here's the warning you can't ignore. There are 3 common exercises that seniors are still doing. Exercises that compress your spine, tear your shoulders, and grind down your knees. One of them is so popular that 67% of trainers recommend it to older adults, yet it's responsible for back injuries that stop exercise routines for weeks. In the final part of this journey, I'm going to reveal exactly which moves to avoid, share the shocking patient stories of those who paid the price, and give you the complete 24-hour protocol that combines these two exercises with the nutrition your muscles need to grow. You don't want to miss it, because one wrong move could undo all your progress and land you in the hospital. So tell me in the comments, between wall push-ups and chair squats, which one will you try first tomorrow morning? And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time, because the final chapter reveals the exercises that could be silently sabotaging your strength right now.
Welcome to the final piece of the puzzle that finally stops sarcopenia in its tracks. Because here's the reality. Even with perfect wall push-ups and chair squats, 3 common exercises you might be doing right now could be compressing your spine, tearing your shoulders, and grinding your knees, undoing all your hard work and risking a hospital stay.
In the next few minutes, I'm going to expose these dangerous moves, share the heartbreaking patient stories of those who paid the price, and give you the complete 24-hour muscle-building protocol, plus a strong CTA that puts everything together so you never lose another ounce of strength. By the time we finish, you'll know exactly which exercises to eliminate from your routine forever, how to schedule wall push-ups and chair squats for maximum growth, and where to get the high-protein meal plan that fuels every repetition. But most importantly, you'll walk away with the confidence that comes from knowing you're building muscle safely, effectively, and on your own terms, right in your living room. Stay with me until the very end, because the supplement deficiency that's secretly blocking 90% of seniors from gaining muscle is revealed in tomorrow's video, and you won't want to miss it. Let's start with the exercise that tops the danger list and probably feels the most familiar: sit-ups and crunches. Walk into any gym, scroll through any fitness app, and you'll see them everywhere. In fact, a 2023 survey found that 67% of trainers still recommend sit-ups or crunches to seniors specifically for burning visceral fat and building core strength. But here's what the gym experts aren't telling you. Yes, sit-ups activate your abdominal muscles, but every single time you curl your spine forward, you're compressing your lower back discs and cranking tension into your neck as you pull your head forward. For seniors, this is a disaster waiting to happen. The repetitive flexion strains aging vertebrae, irritates nerves, and offers almost zero functional strength for the movements you actually need in daily life, like twisting to reach the back seat or bending to tie your shoes. When you injure your back or neck doing sit-ups, you can't exercise at all. That injury becomes a gateway to accelerated muscle loss across your entire body. According to global health data, approximately 23% of seniors worldwide who engage in unsupervised floor exercises like sit-ups and crunches experience back or neck injuries severe enough to stop their exercise routine for at least 6 weeks. And 6 weeks without movement is exactly how sarcopenia wins. I'll never forget a patient named Margaret Lee, a 71-year-old former librarian from Portland, Oregon. Margaret came to me at 71, frustrated and in pain. She had been doing 40 sit-ups every morning for 8 months religiously because her previous doctor mentioned she needed to strengthen her core. Her belly hadn't budged, but that wasn't the worst part. She developed severe lower back pain that radiated down her left leg. Some mornings she couldn't get out of bed without her husband's help. She had stopped her evening walks entirely because the pain flared with every step. After examining her, I stopped her sit-ups immediately. We switched to safer core activation using wall push-ups and gentle standing twists. Within 3 weeks, her back pain diminished. Within 2 months, it was gone completely. Margaret regained the muscle she had lost during those painful weeks and added more. Today, at 73, she's back leading her library book club, bending to shelve books on lower racks without a single wince. One wrong exercise had stolen months of her progress. The right ones gave her life back.
The second exercise you must completely ignore is the behind-the-neck shoulder press. You'll find it in countless workout routines, a staple since the golden age of bodybuilding. Yes, this movement activates your deltoids, and you'll definitely feel your shoulders working.
But the position itself, pressing weight from behind your head, forces your shoulder joint into extreme external rotation that bypasses the natural mechanics of how your shoulder was designed to move. For seniors whose rotator cuff tendons have thinned and weakened over decades, this exercise is mechanical torture. Once you damage your rotator cuff, every upper body movement becomes painful. You can't lift your arm to brush your hair, reach into a cabinet, or even perform wall push-ups without agony. That injury doesn't just hurt, it steals your ability to get stronger. International orthopedic data shows that roughly 31% of seniors who regularly perform behind-the-neck pressing movements develop shoulder pain or rotator cuff injuries within the first year. Many require months of physical therapy, some need surgical intervention. Let me tell you about Robert Collins, a 68-year-old retired postman from Miami, Florida. Robert walked into my office with his right arm hanging limply at his side. He'd been going to a local gym for a year, working with a trainer half his age who had him doing behind-the-neck presses with 15-pound dumbbells 3 times a week. Robert mentioned shoulder discomfort after the first month, but his trainer told him it was normal, that his shoulders were just getting used to the work. So Robert kept going. By month 6, he couldn't sleep on his right side. By month 9, he couldn't lift his arm above his chest. When I examined him, his rotator cuff was torn, inflamed, and barely functional. We had to stop all upper body training for 3 months while his shoulder healed and the rest of his upper body atrophied. He went through intensive physical therapy and learned safer front presses with proper form. It took 8 months before he could train his shoulders again without pain. Today, at 71, Robert has finally regained the strength he had before those dangerous presses. But he lost nearly 2 years of potential progress. 2 years he'll never get back. The last exercise you should completely avoid is deep knee extensions on the leg extension machine. It's the go-to move in every commercial gym, the one that looks simple and safe. Yes, your quadriceps fire during this movement, but when you extend your leg against resistance in that seated position, you're creating shearing force across your knee joint. And here's the cruel irony. Once your knees are damaged, you can't do any lower body exercise effectively. Not chair squats, not walking, not even standing up from the toilet without pain. The leg extension machine was originally designed for rehabilitation of specific knee injuries under supervised physical therapy, not for general strength training with heavy weight or high repetitions by people with aging joints. Yet gym staff rarely explain this. If you're serious about building muscle and avoiding injury, drop these 3 exercises today.
Now, let's put everything together into a complete 24-hour muscle-building protocol that maximizes recovery and growth. Start your day with wall push-ups upon waking, 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions against the wall. This primes your upper body and boosts morning metabolism.
Mid-morning, after a protein-rich breakfast, perform chair squats, 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. Space the 2 exercises at least 4 hours apart to allow full recovery. On training days, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, fuel with at least 25 grams of protein within 30 minutes after each session. Greek yogurt with berries, a turkey wrap, or a lentil salad. Throughout the day, sip water and include anti-inflammatory foods like salmon or walnuts. Before bed, have a slow-digesting protein like cottage cheese to feed muscle repair overnight. Follow this exact schedule for 12 weeks, and research suggests you could gain 5 to 7 pounds of lean muscle while slashing fall risk. But exercise alone will not build muscle. Muscle building is 80% what you eat and 20% the exercises you do. You can do perfect wall push-ups and flawless chair squats every day, but if you're not feeding your muscles the protein they need to repair and grow, you're wasting your time. That's why I've prepared something special for you. I've created a complete high-protein meal plan specifically designed for seniors building muscle and fighting sarcopenia. This isn't some generic diet. These are 93-plus delicious, easy-to-prepare, high-protein recipes that fuel muscle growth at any age. Every recipe is calculated to give your muscles exactly what they need to recover and expand after exercise. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks all optimized for muscle building. If you're serious about beating sarcopenia and reclaiming your strength, you need this meal plan. Click the link in the pinned comment below or check the description box right now to get instant access to all 93-plus recipes. How many sit-ups did you do this week, thinking they were helping your core? Have you ever felt shoulder pain after pressing weights behind your head? When was the last time your knees ached after using the leg extension machine? Are you ready to follow the exact 24-hour plan that builds muscle while you sleep? What will your life look like with 5 to 7 pounds of new muscle in 12 weeks? If you've ever done sit-ups, comment "guilty." Let's save your back together. Click the pinned comment now for the 93-plus high-protein recipes your muscles need. Share this final part with someone who still uses the leg extension machine. Save their knees.
So here's my challenge. Starting tomorrow, drop the dangerous exercises and follow the 24-hour protocol exactly. Then come back in a few weeks and tell us how you feel. Did you stand up easier? Did your arms feel firmer? Did you climb stairs without pausing?
If this message has touched you, if you're ready to reclaim your strength and independence, I ask you to do 3 simple things right now. First, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a video. I spend hours researching these messages for you. Second, leave a comment below. Tell me your age, where you're watching from, and the biggest muscle challenge you face. I read every comment. Third, share this video with someone you care about, a friend, spouse, sibling, because you never know whose life might change. This is Dr. Martin with Senior Thrive, reminding you that aging doesn't mean giving up strength or independence. With the right choices, you can feel vibrant, steady, and alive at any age, and it all starts with 2 safe exercises, the right fuel, and the courage to let go of what hurts you. So here's to your health, your strength, and your future. Until next time, stay strong, stay steady, and keep thriving. Tomorrow, the #1 supplement deficiency blocking your muscle growth. Don't miss it.